And we're back for another episode on the Dynamic Podcast.
Yes, again, that started exactly how we've always started it. Brilliant stuff, Brendan. You know, that's it. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Better Homes and Gardens, because you may as well introduce ourselves like that.
Have you watched Better Homes and Gardens?
I have.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good show.
It's pretty good.
7 p.m. Monday to Friday on Channel 7.
Well, welcome, guys, to the Dynamic Podcast, where we talk about Better Homes and Gardens and the time that it's on every single day at 7 p.m. Now, we had, as we always do, a question pop up in our group chat. And yes, Brendan, if you put your fingers and thumbs together like this, you will be able to listen to what I'm saying. So continue. It's fine. Now, the one question that was asked this week was, how do you know if the gym that you're currently going to is the right place for you? Now, that was a bit of a deep question because every gym can be for everyone. But, there's a big but. Does that gym adhere to who you are, what you want to achieve, the goals you're wanting to set? They're all very big questions, you know?
They are, it's a big question.
Thank you.
But I feel like I have an answer for it.
Okay.
So
why do you think most people struggle to stay consistent with gyms?
So I feel like when you're looking for gyms, just make sure you find who the owners of the gym are. Mm-hmm. If they're big and jacked, you found the right gym.
Well, there you go. If they're big and jacked, the owners, mind you, then that's the gym for you. And that's the only reason our clients are here with us to this day is because Brendan is huge and jacked. And he loves to strut his stuff. And that's the main reason as to why everyone stays. It makes sense.
Well, there we go.
And
nothing to do with knowledge.
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
Why would it have to do with knowledge?
Nothing with getting client results.
Come on. What do we run here?
And nothing on knowing everyone's names and
No.
greeting them at the door.
What would you need to do
And
that?
nothing like that.
No.
You just have to be strong and jacked and open up a gym and people will come to you because you're big and jacked.
Okay. Well, look, all that big and jacked aside, there's a lot of gyms out there.
And to be fair, a lot of jacked dudes open up gyms.
That's correct, Brendan. Wow. Really showing our knowledge here. We are. Well, now to deviate back onto the main topic of today's podcast, which was choosing the right gym. What do you think some of the biggest mistakes people make when they start signing up to a gym or when they sign up to the gym?
The biggest one is locking themselves into a long-term contract without knowing if that gym is actually the right space for them.
And without knowing full stop.
You can just walk into your local gym, right? And the first thing the salesperson is going to want to do is lock you into a 12-month, 18-month or 24-month contract. I have been someone that has been locked into 18-month contracts before. And the scary part about that is there is no trial period. Sometimes you just suss out the gym on the day that you sign up, and the only choice you have on that day is to either sign up or probably never turn up again, right? And 9 times out of 10, they flash the discount for locking yourself into a long-term contract, and it becomes very difficult to get out of it. Mm-hmm. What people do a lot of the time is they find out that their health is, they have a pretty poor lifestyle when it comes to their health and fitness. So they realize the best thing that they should do is go sign up to a gym. They don't do any research. They just pop into a random gym down the road that's local to them. And they're like, you know what, let me just sign up here. No thought goes into it. No research goes into it. They just sign up.
Bite the bullet straight away. First gym they see.
The problem with that is they'll sign up to that membership. Might be very cheap. They sign up for 12 months, 18 months, whatever it is. They'll probably maybe come to the gym a few times a week for the first few months. Mm-hmm. But then it goes like this and then drops down and they don't turn up anymore. No one's there to follow up. No one's there to make sure that they're coming to the gym more frequently. No one's actually holding their hand and teaching them how to use all these fancy pieces of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where gyms actually fail.
Yep. We made a video on it years ago, and it was just a piss take. It actually kind of went mini viral. It had about 10K views. But we made a little bit of a diss on those commercial gyms that just take money out of your account consistently, and you don't even know. When it comes around to tax time, you go, shit.
I spent $500 on my gym membership this year.
God, yeah. And people get sideswiped. They're like, oh, I got to delete it. I got to run to the gym quick and cancel it. And then you're slapped with another 4-week cancellation notice on top of that. And it's like,
Well, sometimes you have to finish your contract.
and sometimes
So if
you
you
have to
signed up
finish
for
it.
18 months and you hit the year mark, you still got another 6 months to pay for. And you already know that you're not motivated enough to turn up, but you have to pay for this 6-month contract. Then you realize, oh, maybe I should have done a little bit more research, found out more about the local gyms in the area. And instead of thinking gym, maybe I should have gone and looked around to see what places can I go to that actually care about my health, know about my name and who I am as a person, actually listen to my goals, my reasons why, and actually create a plan and a suitable schedule that actually suits my lifestyle and tailors everything for that person. And I wouldn't call those places gyms. I'd call them studios. And that's a big thing that not many people know about, that there's places out there, they call them fitness studios, personal training studios, Pilates studios, yoga studios, boxing studios. Like, they're all called studios, and they're called studios for a reason, because they're a lot smaller compared to commercial gyms. They might not have as much equipment as commercial gyms, but the biggest key difference is the owners, the coaches, the people that work in that environment know everyone in the room.
Yep.
And we're not just saying like we're a personal training studio. We're not just saying we're the best, because there's
This is just
millions of
common
PT
knowledge.
studios out
This
there.
is just common knowledge.
Yeah, there's millions of PT studios out there. Just in our area, there's probably, I can think of 5 as an example.
Within a 5K radius.
Yeah, within a 5K radius. So if you live across the road from us, you don't have to choose us. There's 5 other studios that you can pick from. But people always, without a doubt, will go to the commercial gym because it's 10 to 20 bucks a week. They don't think of the long-term cost of paying that amount of money, turning up, and 90% of the people that go to those gyms, I know from personal experience of being there, they just go on the treadmill, sit there for 30 minutes, might have watched some influencer that said, do incline for 33 minutes, this will burn fat, and then jump onto 4.5k speed because this will be a steady state cardio. And they're like, all right, let's do this. Let's get it motivated. Let's turn up to the gym and go on the treadmill. Just go for a walk.
Yep.
Go for a walk.
Now, it's easy. I agree with you. It's easy just to go for a walk. But I feel like some people need that tap of their card or the debit from their account to actually feel like they're doing something sometimes.
Every studio is a lot more expensive than a commercial gym. Commercial gym average price now is around $20 a week. It's around that. You know, some are a little bit more, some are a bit less. The average price for a studio right now is, you're probably hovering around that $80 to $90 per week mark. And that's not even factoring in private classes or, you know, your PT studios that work remotely on private one-on-one training.
Yep.
Or Pilates studios that do private one-on-one coaching, you know. So when you step into those environments, yes, you are going to be paying a lot more, but you got to factor in that you're paying for someone's time, you're paying for someone's expertise, and you're paying for someone to actually keep you accountable to your goals and what you actually set for yourself. And you're not only paying for that, you're also paying for that person to understand not only your training goals, but everything in your lifestyle. So when someone comes in here, we don't just look at, okay, you want to lose 5 kilos? Cool. Let's just jump into the gym and start squatting because that's how you're going to get your result. We start thinking about, okay, what does your weekends look like? What are you eating day to day?
Where do you feel like you're failing the most?
Exactly. Do you feel like you're someone that can stick to a meal plan or is okay with tracking their calories?
What's worked with you before? What hasn't worked with you before?
Do you have any injuries, any movements that you really dislike.
And that's the biggest difference between your studios and your gyms. That personalized one-on-one care that your regular commercial gym won't do. The only thing it will make you feel is $20 less in your account every week and kind of motivating you to go and use it because it's getting taken out of your account.
But a lot of people don't care about the $20 anymore because $20 these days is a couple cups of coffee.
Yeah.
So,
The coffee prices at the moment is looking good.
so you're sitting there in your account, you're like, man, I spent a lot of money on coffee this week. I spent around $30. Oh, my gym membership came out yesterday. That's around the same. That's all right. Not too bad. They wouldn't really get that affected by it. But once I see their PT price, that PT package come out, or their Pilates studio package come out, they're going to be more incentivized to turn up to that place, not only because the cost is greater in terms of the monetary value, but it's also probably would have got a message from their coach.
And the value.
Hey man, I haven't seen you in one day. Haven't seen you in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah. The value that you get out of paying extra is what gets you to where you want to be. And it's great that you go to that commercial gym and you start. That's a big step. It's a big leap to start something. But how long is it going to take you to fall off? Is it going to be weeks? Is it going to be months? Are you just going to be on a roller coaster forever? That's what our job as personal trainers are to do. That's what we are in this industry for, is to make sure that when you walk into any sort of facility, any sort of gym, when you're overseas, when you're going on holiday, whatever, that you're comfortable knowing that your lifestyle is changing, and it will be changing, and it will stay changed forever, because the only thing that we want for these people is for their lives to be better. That's the whole reason we got into the industry in the first place. We did it for ourselves. Now we want to try, or we want to help more people, and that's
Get the same result.
get the same result.
When it comes to, commercial gyms, look, I can't lie to them. I was always in a commercial gym. Up until we came here, I was part of commercial gyms. I wasn't going to any studios. Or actually, I was going to a studio, a jiu-jitsu studio, where I was training with the coach and we were doing classes, and obviously I was learning a lot of things, and I was paying a lot more than what you would pay at a commercial gym. It was a bigger expense in my account, but I saw the value of someone being there, someone knowing my name as soon as I came into the door, someone making sure that I was accounted for every week. And if I didn't turn up to my 3 sessions, I would get flagged and followed up on, like, man, I didn't see you last week. I thought you'd come in on Friday. You usually come in at the 6 p.m. class. Man, this happened. Oh, cool. That's all right, man. As long as you make it to 4 this week. That type of communication, that sort of environment is what I thrived upon. I never got that from my commercial gym. I just got seen as a number. And I did become a big regular at one of the commercial gyms I was going to, and they did know my name, but I was turning up to that gym 6 times a week, and I was always chatting to the sales staff and some of the PTs that were in there, so that's why. But when I would see them hovering around, they didn't say hello to every single member that was in there, and they can't, because they've got 500 to 1,000 plus members walking through their studio a day. How are they going to remember everyone's name other than the freaks that are there 6 times a week? And the problem I find with these big gyms is, yes, I feel like it is a place for a lot of people. Like, if you're someone that's driven, has a lot of information, knows what they're doing, has gotten results before, then sometimes just going to a commercial gym and doing your shit, it's, to me, easier, because you don't have the hassle of people chatting to you, and you can just get your shit done. But I feel like that's not the reality for 90% of people that want to change their health.
Going off that, what do you think people should be looking for in their first gym, in their first gym experience? They want to start something new right now. They don't know where to look, and research is, they're researching everywhere. What would be the one thing or a couple things that they should be looking at before settling into something like a commercial gym?
Well, number one, as I said on the start of the podcast, look for owners that look strong and jacked, right? And that's going to be the theme of this podcast. Okay.
That's number one. Bring on number two.
Okay, so a big thing that you got to factor in, we said before, you got the commercial gyms. There's two types of fitness places that you can go to. You can go to a commercial gym. As I said before, you're just a number. They've got all the fancy equipment, and you're paying for access to the facility, access to use the place and be able to train and use the equipment, right? Then you got the studios. And we're not just talking about personal training studios like ours. We're talking about dance studios, jiu-jitsu gym, jiu-jitsu studios. We're talking about Pilates studios. Those places, people know your name. People know who you are. They will greet you at the door. They will take you through a training program, whether that's a class, a PT session, a private one-on-one session, whatever it is, whatever modality that you're going into. But they will take you through that journey and teach you all those skills that you will have before, during and after you leave those classes, right? And obviously with those gyms, there is that monetary cost that you got to factor in. Mm-hmm. You got to decide, what are your goals? Do you have specific goals that you want to achieve? Are you in pain? Do you have any health problems that you're kind of running through at the moment? Do you want to lose weight? Are you someone that's just gone through an injury? You jumping into a gym by yourself with no information, no knowledge, you're going to just hurt yourself more. You're going to be going around in circles, and you're not going to really get far, if we're being honest. So you're actually worse off in the long run by putting yourself in that situation.
You're going to be yo-yoing a lot. Let's just say 100%. That.
Whereas if you go into those studio gyms, at least there, you're looked after. Someone will actually look after you, find out about your goals. And the best way to find if the studio is right for you is to, social media. It's big right now. Everyone's on social media. Every studio out there is on social media. Have a look at that studio's social media page and their website. See if the people in that studio that are shown on their social media page are your people, look like you. See if you'd actually feel like you'd actually get along with the people that you see in those photos, in those videos, in those whatever posts they're posting on their social media. And then also see if the studio is actually getting results as well. Because if you're going to be paying a higher amount of money to enter that place, you're hoping that you're actually going to get a better result from turning up to that place. That's 100%. A big thing, right? Because you're paying $20 to go to a commercial gym. You're not that affected on whether you get results in 8 weeks' time. But if you're paying hundreds of dollars a week for coaching, you want to make sure that you've got the right plan, you're getting results. And the only way to see that is if the studio's showing that they get results there.
100%. I think a lot of people will resonate with what you just said because it's very confusing. There's so many conflicting businesses out there. There's so many people that don't want to talk about this stuff as well. We're a personal training studio ourselves, but it's good to give this information out to people that may be confused because not many people talk about it that much. And when a little one-of-one studio like ours talks about things like this, it gives people a little bit of comfort knowing that, those questions that they have in their head are being answered on a big platform like this. And, I wanted to also talk about how to pick, because we're obviously going off PT studios being the best fit for people, especially if you're beginning. How would you go about picking the right PT or the right personal trainer?
If you're a beginner, I feel like walking into a PT studio is probably your best first step. And we're not saying that just because we have a PT studio. We're saying that because a personal trainer has a good base knowledge of all the modalities that we spoke about before. They're going to be able to teach you a lot of things that these niche studios really hone in and focus on. So let's say you're interested in Pilates, right? You can go to your PT, tell them, hey, I really want to focus a little bit on Pilates. They'll be able to make a little bit of a Pilates program for you. Yes, it won't be as detailed and as in-depth as what you would expect if you walk into a Pilates studio and get one-on-one coaching from a Pilates instructor, but you'll be able to get a little taste of what that looks like, which is why I like to say that a PT or a PT studio is going to give you a good base knowledge, be able to set the foundations for you, be able to guide you in the right direction, and give you a better, I guess, a journey moving forward. Once you leave a PT studio, I'm telling you, 90% of clients that have gone to a PT studio afterwards have a lot of skills that they carry on no matter where they go.
Into everyday life. And the thing is with personal training as well, it's not that you're paying an expensive amount. And
Yeah, it is expensive, but
No, I know. But it's not just about that. It's about the lifestyle, the habits, the skills that you take away from however long you're there for. And not a lot of people appreciate that sometimes, especially when they do personal training. They don't take that on board, that, you know, that coach in the very beginning has helped them. Maybe that coach in the beginning didn't help them, but that's what I believe
that's
people...
a big thing though.
Yeah, 100%. But that's what I
Some
believe.
PTs are shit.
That's what I believe a lot of people should be looking for, is making sure that that person that they are sitting down with and talking about their whole life has an understanding that this is an important journey for me. I need this in my life because I need to make a change. If you're going to take the piss and if you're just going to, I don't know,
Regurgitate a ChatGPT program.
Exactly, or just be on your phone while I'm doing reps and not give me the results that I'm after, I'm walking out that door and I'm getting a bad taste in my mouth from an experience that should be life-changing. And that's the scary part that, you know, some people can relate to, is that first experience with the coach, and some people that we've even spoken to, that first experience with the coach can be traumatizing and it can really set people back. And we've even spoken to people that have been scared to continue PT after because they can't, or they've never been able to create a healthy relationship with a personal trainer. So looking for a personal trainer that has your best interest at heart, has the personality to match yours, because if you're a very high I person or very, what's the word? Dominant, influential, do a disc analysis actually.
On your PT?
Do a disc analysis on your PT.
Yeah, walk into your PT studios and then carry with you a disc profile assessment. But like, before we start working together, I want you to fill out this disc profile. If you don't fit the right letters on this disc profile, I'm not signing up. But if you do, I'll be a client for the next 10 years.
What a disc
Bosh. They flipped the script. And plus I want a discount too.
There's dominant, influential, steady and cautious. Obviously, you're not going to walk up to your PT and say, here you go, mate, fill this out for me, and then I'll know if you're the right coach for me. But in terms of people's personalities, you want them to obviously match, or you want them to be able to be like a chameleon, like we always say, as a coach, being able to adapt to whatever personality comes their way. We have people that go through hardships or happy times, and
yeah, but I feel like that's a PT's job. A very good personal trainer is able to adapt their personality to their clients.
100%.
You know, like
that's where I was going before you cut me off, but that's fine. Go.
A big thing with a PT, right? When I was first a PT, I definitely didn't have their skills.
Of course.
And this was something that I developed over time. But you got to remember that as a personal trainer, you're seeing, well, I guess a general population personal trainer, you're dealing with all walks of life. You know, like you're dealing with someone who is in the early 20s who wants to gain muscle and tone up, right? And then within half an hour, you're meeting someone else who is 80 years old and has stuffed knees and can barely walk, right? Are you going to talk the exact same way to both those people? Are you going to encourage them the same way? Come on, you got one more to the 80-year-old. Like it's a very different.
I can't even walk up the steps.
10 more, let's go.
No.
You got to adapt. You got to see how you can, I guess what Rhiannon always says, you have to be a bit of a chameleon and adapt to your surroundings, adapt to the person that you're speaking to. But I feel like it's not just PTs every person or every industry where they're dealing with people is obviously going to gain the skill of having to adapt to that person or that personality.
Of course. Not just specific to personal trainers, guys. But if you are looking at getting a personal trainer, it's in the word personal.
Well, everything's personalized.
Correct. For you, for your lifestyle. That should be a deciding factor to whether you go with a PT or whether you want to go down the commercial route and just do it yourself. There's a lot of people that can't really decipher, okay, I can just go on ChatGPT, and a lot of people have said this recently, I'm just going to go on ChatGPT and write me up a program. I'm going to go down to the gym, pay $20 a week, and then just walk in there, follow the program, and Chat's going to give me some feedback.
Yeah, do it.
Go ahead.
You
may get results.
It's possible.
And the thing is, you'll get results.
They will. 100%. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll get results. ChatGPT actually builds great programs. We've seen programs that ChatGPT writes.
100%.
There's even, and this would actually be better for them, download a workout app. Doesn't matter which one. There's one called Trainerize. We've used it for years. They've actually got AI inbuilt into those apps. I would say that they're probably a little bit better than ChatGPT because obviously they're tailored to PT.
Yeah, it's a specific AI generated for creating programs depending on your goals.
Exactly. So if you seriously don't want to pay a PT, jump onto those apps, download them, get AI to build you a program, fill in your goals, whatever they are, and it will spit out a program. The thing to me, and we're obviously PTs, we get paid to create programs for people and take them through programs.
Yeah.
But I feel like the true value of a personal trainer isn't in the program that they write. It's not in if they programmed barbell squats on Monday and put in a leg extension on Thursday because your quads are going to be activated twice a week and you're going to get more activation of the rectus femoris. Like that shit, honestly, does not matter. For 90% of the people that come to a PT studio or want to change their health and fitness, the actual exercises and the placement of the exercises is probably 1% of the equation. The biggest thing is getting them to actually turn up every week, actually getting them to follow through with all the habits. Training is only one of the things you should be doing every week.
Brendan spitting bars, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, we've got 5 key habits that you should be doing every single fucking day that's going to get you results. You've got to have a daily activity goal.
Ooh.
Now, this can be, and the most common one is setting a step target. My favorite is 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Number 2, setting yourself a nutrition goal.
Ooh.
Now, this nutrition goal can be made up of tracking your calories on an app like MyFitnessPal, following a meal plan, which you can, again, find on ChatGPT or find a nutritionist or a PT to write you up one, or setting boundaries and little rules that you follow, whether that be making sure you have protein in every single meal that you're eating every single day, snacking only once or twice a day, setting times when you have your meals, and following a rule-based diet.
So simple.
Simple. Number 3 on the habit list is going to be training.
Ooh.
And specifically strength training.
Boom, there you go.
Now, it doesn't have to be in a gym.
What? Are you serious?
No, it doesn't. For a lot of people, starting off with some bodyweight squats to a chair and some push-ups on the floor or a wall is going to get you to a goal.
Wow, I can't believe this.
Unfortunately, through progressive overload, those push-ups and squats will become easy and you will have to hit the gym to lift some weights.
Boom.
You soft person.
Continue.
Okay, so we've got a daily activity goal. We've set a nutrition goal. Now we've set a training goal. Would you like to help me with the last 2?
The first thing that comes to mind makes me a little bit tired thinking about it. But it's got to do with the amount of sleep that you get every night. Yeah.
Wow.
I said it.
I couldn't have said it better, man.
Mate, I had to sleep on that one.
Wow. This guy's spitting bars over here.
Yes.
Wow.
Sleep is super important. Sleep is where your recovery is. Sleep is where you build muscle. Sleep is key. 6 to 9 hours a day.
69?
6 to 9 hours. Two. 9 hours.
6 to 9.
Yes, not 69. 6 to 9
Okay, I was
hours.
going to say, that's a lot of sleep.
It is.
As in 69 hours.
That's you got me there. Oh, yeah, 69 hours is a lot of sleep. Don't get that much. But anyway, 6 to 9 hours of sleep per week allows your body to digest food when it comes to dinner time. You have dinner a little bit before you go to bed. You go to bed and you sleep for 6 to 7, maybe 8, maybe even 9 hours. It breaks down all that food. You wake up, you brush your teeth, and you go on about your day. But you know that you've had an accurate amount of sleep. You won't feel tired, sluggish, overworked. What's the word? You know this word. Come on, Brendan.
Burnt out.
That's the one.
Wow.
Burnt out.
I didn't believe in it when we started this podcast, but over
Yes.
time during this podcast, 84 episodes in, I'm starting to turn a new leaf.
87.
I do. 87?
Yep.
Okay. I'm starting to turn a new leaf. I believe in burnout now.
It's actually about 107, but
Oh, we'll skip over that. So, yes, sleep. Sleep is a big thing.
sleep is super important, yes.
There is a big trend right now. People are using these fitness watches. I've got a Whoop on. He's
I've
got a
got a
Garmin.
Garmin.
And we actually go to sleep with these things. That's the main reason why we have them. If I'm being honest, I use it mainly for my sleep and I use it mainly to track my steps.
Yep.
In terms of tracking how many minutes I did of my workout, I couldn't care less. But knowing how much REM and deep sleep I got the night before, that is very important to me.
Yep.
Because I know 100% how I'm going to feel the next day or during the day and how much I'm going to be able to push in my next workout.
What's number 5, Brendan? You may as well just spit it out. Tell the people what the 5th one is.
Habits.
Boom! The freaking habits. Those 4 things implemented with number 5, you are unstoppable, people. Those are the 5 key ingredients to a better lifestyle, full stop, period.
Yeah, essentially.
These are the 5 key ingredients that you need to have a better lifestyle, period.
Yeah.
Sleep, training, nutrition, steps, and building those habits. You can't do shit without a thumb. That 5th one makes a big difference.
It does. It does. And you've got to have these like little rules or habit rules for every single one of those 4 key ingredients to a better healthy lifestyle, right? You've got to have some type of routine around your sleep. And that could be sleeping at the same time, like going to bed at the same time every night, waking up at the same time every single morning, setting like a little bit of a routine around your sleep. That could be brushing your teeth, reading a book, charging your phone in a different room or at the other end of your bed so you don't pick it up throughout the night or wake up in the morning and start doom scrolling before bed. And all those things will affect how much REM and deep sleep you get. The same thing goes for all those other habits we spoke about with the training, the nutrition, and the steps.
Now, we kind of deviated off what the topic was, which was whether the right gym is for you. We kind of just sold our services there a little bit, but
Well, we are PTs.
we are PTs.
But we're not the best PTs.
Yes. But
There's millions of other PTs out there. And I'm
100%.
telling you right now that every single PT you speak to will know about those things and be
Correct.
able to teach you those things, be able to guide you through those things. So when you go, I feel like a lot of people just see the PT as a person that's going to help them with training and exercise. But the PT is going to help them with all of those things,
Yeah.
not just that.
If someone that's watching this video right now should take away one little bit of advice from what we've bloody discussed, what would it be?
If you're a beginner, you're starting your health and fitness journey, please don't go to a gym. Try find a studio. Now, when you're picking your studios, there's so many studios out there. There's probably 5 in your suburb right now. The best one to look out for is a personal training studio. We've already explained in this podcast why, and we feel like the reason why is they're going to look at your whole lifestyle. They're not just going to look at your training. They're going to look at your nutrition. They're going to look at everything that you do outside of the gym and outside of on the weekends and everything like that.
Try and get
They're
you
going to
away
look at
from
your sleep.
Yeah, try and get you away from the bad habits that you currently have.
Exactly. So it's going to be a lifestyle change when you walk into any PT studio, but it doesn't have to be just a PT studio. Working one-on-one with a personal trainer, right? That's the key element in what we said before. But if you're going to be paying that amount of money that you're going to be paying when you go see a personal trainer, we know that it's expensive. There is a lot of value, and I promise you there is a lot of value with working with a PT. And we're not just directly saying for you to work with us. We're saying just find a good PT. When you find them, make sure that this person has proof, and you can usually see that on their social media page, on their website if they have one. Do they have before and afters? Do they have testimonials from their clients? Do they have any client photos that you can kind of say like, oh, you know what, he's worked with someone that looks similar to me, that has gone through a similar transformation to what I want.
Has a similar lifestyle to me.
Exactly. See those things, because that is proof that this person has gotten someone that is like you to their desired result.
Correct.
And if you can't see yourself in their social media page or their website, maybe they're not the right person. But I'm telling you, if you look hard enough, you will find your people.
And finally, just make sure that you're comfortable with the person. Make sure that you can actually have a conversation with them, and it's not going to be a boring, yep, you got 2 more reps left.
2 more reps, pal.
That's it. Just make sure that you feel comfortable. You've done the research. You've watched a video similar to this that can kind of give you a bit of an insight to it. And that's pretty much it for today's episode.